In the summer of 2022, the Philadelphia 76ers unveiled a plan for a brand new $1.3 billion arena right in the middle of Center City, dubbed 76 Place, replacing most of the Fashion District Mall, which most residents have seen as a failed project. The arena, if approved by City Council, is set to open to the public in 2031. David Edelman, the billionaire entrepreneur and Penn Valley-based leader of this project, said that he has no plan B and that this will happen despite other possible locations being proposed. Besides the 76ers, he and business partner Josh Harris own the Washington Commanders and the New Jersey Blue Devils. Edelman and the 76ers said that they will pay for the project without using funds from the city. I now want to turn it over to Keanu Sao, a Harriton student and a member of the opposition to the arena.
Well, you may be wondering, why do the 76ers need a new arena when the Wells Fargo Center, where they currently play, may seem perfectly fine? According to the Sixers, quote, almost all new arenas are built downtown because they're able to support revitalization and economic activity. Philly is one of only 2 NBA cities without a downtown arena. Market East also needs a big investment. The site is connected to 9 times as many transit stops as Wells Fargo Center, which is only connected to the Broad Street line, end quote. Despite Wells Fargo Center being in the middle of a $400 million renovation, it's almost 30 years old, which is around the age that arenas are usually disposed of. Then, with all these benefits, why has there also been so much opposition to the Sixers arena? In fact, according to surveys, 70% of Philadelphians citywide and 94% of Chinatown residents are against the arena's construction. The main reason is its location, right next to Philadelphia's Chinatown, a neighborhood first established in 1879 as a refuge for Asian immigrants fleeing rampant violence in other parts of the US, intimidation and racism. It continues to serve this purpose, allowing not just Chinese people, but all kinds of Asians to preserve their culture and find jobs without discrimination. Chinatown is often seen as a tourist destination by outsiders, but it's important to note that it's much more than that. Chinatown has also been shrinking over the years due to projects residents have said are similar to 76 Place, such as the Vine Street Expressway and Convention Center, which both displaced blocks of residents and businesses. While the 76ers arena wouldn't directly displace any residents or businesses, there are still concerns over indirect displacement through gentrification, the process in which a neighborhood undergoes massive changes when wealthy people move in and cause property, rent, and lease prices to increase, forcing the previous low-income, often minority residents out as they can no longer afford to live there. Anti-arena activists point to Washington, D.C.'s Chinatown as an example of this, when it was destroyed by the construction of the Capital One Arena. Before the construction of the arena in 1995, Chinatown had an Asian population of more than 3,000. A few years later, it was only 300, as most of the neighborhood had become unaffordable for the average Chinatown resident. Only 10% of Chinatown businesses survived. So, there are fears that Philadelphia's Chinatown, which is primarily Asian and low to middle income, will have a similar fate. However, the pro-arena side has argued that Chinatown, which has been struggling economically since the COVID-19 pandemic, would not be gentrified and could really use the boost in foot traffic that the arena would bring, and that this would help small businesses. Now, back to Sam.
Another area of concern is transportation. The 76ers has promised that the 50% of the fans will take public transportation via nearby trains and buses. However, if you watched our last Ram Report segment on SEPTA, you'll remember that SEPTA is currently failing. Officials from SEPTA claimed at a city council hearing on the arena that they cannot afford to expand service at Jefferson Station with their current situation, nor that can they meet the Sixers' demands. SEPTA's interim manager, Scott Sauer, said the following.
The reality is that SEPTA simply cannot assume these new costs within the framework of its operating budget.
Those against the arena have also criticized the project for causing increased car traffic and thus, among other things, impeding access to nearby hospitals. The former Philadelphia Health Commissioner, Walter Sau, along with many other staff from Jefferson Hospital, opposed the plan, saying it could slow ambulances and increase emergency room wait times. However, the 76ers said that this will not be an issue and they will move borders out of the way for emergency vehicles and will install new traffic lights for the city to clear traffic for them. After delays, City Council has announced that they won't be voting on the arena until December 19th at the earliest. HarritonTV reached out to the 76ers for comment, but unfortunately did not get a response. In the next Ram Report, we'll give you an update on the situation. For HarritonTV, I'm Sam Ferenchick, and back to the news desk.